Now that we have Minitab open, let's give our worksheet a name. Right mouse click and we'll give it a name. And this is going to be our M and M Data. If I could spell data, that's our M and M Data. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the Microsoft Excel or OpenOffice.org calc file that had our two-factor attribute sheet of all our data collected on M&Ms. And if I open that file up, I can scan through it. I can see here's all of our data that we had. We had our sources, we had our CTQs, and also we had a column of total units of every one of our sources. So I want to capture all of that data, the total unit data, plus I'm going to grab our names of our sources and all of our CTQ data. So that's really everything that we captured, and I'm going to say edit and copy, and now I'm going to go back over to Minitab and I'm going to go ahead and paste this into Minitab. Edit and paste. So I have my units, sources, etc. Now to get this into a format so that we can begin to do a Pareto analysis, there's a few things that we're going to want to do. The first would be to take and stack all of this information. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Data, and we're going to say Stack, and I'm going to stack some columns. Now the columns that I plan on stacking are color, M&M stamp, the shape, cracks and chips. I'm going to put them in worksheet column C10, and I'm going to store the subscripts in C9. So what it's going to do, it's going to take all of those frequencies and it's going to give me a column that says color, 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 then MM stamp, then shape, 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 then cracks, 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 and it's going to have the data next to it. So it's really pretty cool. So let's just go ahead and use the variable names in the subscript column. That's what it's going to do. These are each of the variable names. And it's going to restack and distribute this for us. So we don't have to key anything in. We're going to let Minitab do it. So now if I scroll over here, all right, I have, and we're going to call these CTQ descriptions. All right, and this is our count. And that's how many we had of each. And what we also can do is if we want to take a look at the sources, these are all still in the same order. So we're going to copy the sources. And I'm just going to copy the sources here. Control C, copy. I'm going to scooch over here. We'll insert a column. Down here, insert column. All right, I'm going to paste that. I think I can call it source. I think that other one was sources. Okay, we can call that source. And now what I'm going to do, whoops, I wasn't all the way to the top. I'm going to delete that. Start all over. Make sure I'm row 1. Okay, Control V, copy that. Okay, replace the active cells. Thank you very much. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to copy this whole thing again, and I'm just going to line it up. So now what I've done is I've taken our information we had here in this little table, and what we've done is we've replicated a lot of the source information to go along with all the count information. So now we're set up so that we could actually do a Pareto analysis on source. We could do a Pareto analysis on our the descriptions, the CTQs. We could also do some other calculations as well. But now that we've got the data prepared, the next thing that we'll be able to do is to complete our Pareto analysis. We'll come back and do that in a minute.